Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is a late night reading. I think it's like 10 o'clock right now. Today I wanted to go ahead and do the reading for your dark side, right? What makes you toxic? Before we get into it, I do want to say, yes, I was supposed to do this reading live, but the funny thing about that is I really just came to terms with the fact that I don't think I really like lives. When I do these readings, I tend to take a break in between each group, and the lives are just so exhausting to me. And while I really did want to like them, I decided to not force myself to do that. So from now on, I will only go live if I feel like it's a special occasion or something. I'm not going to try and make it like a regular thing. I just feel like I really don't want to force myself to do anything, you know? And that leads me to my other announcement, which is I will be officially discontinuing my tarot scopes. So thank you to everyone who has been keeping up with your tarot scope every month. However, I really want to lighten my load. I don't know, I've been getting a lot of messages from Spirit to do that. Like, I'm somebody who works a lot, and I tend to be that type of person that will just take on a new project anytime my mind conjures up, you know, an idea. And so I'm really trying to step away from that energy of like having several different things that I'm doing at one time. So I've decided I'm going to really lighten my load, minimize my responsibilities. So that includes no longer doing the tarot scopes, which, you know, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. If I ever feel like pulling for a zodiac sign, I will. I rarely ever want to, though, because I feel like a singular zodiac sign, I don't know, I feel like it's not that helpful, and I'm somebody who can be drained very easily. So yeah, anyway, enough about that. Thank you to everyone who has been buying readings from me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know, lightening my load does make me more available for readings, which you know, it has been a little difficult trying to juggle like the private readings, but then I have to do this reading for my tarot scopes, and I have to do this reading for YouTube. I'm not somebody who can do all that. So now I can be more available for the things that I really, really like doing and want to do, which is the pick a cards and the private readings. I like doing those. I love doing personal readings for y'all. So anyway, enough rambling. I guess I got everything off my chest that I wanted to say. What makes you toxic? What makes you problematic? What makes you hard to handle? Okay? What makes you a little bit of a nuisance? You know, and I'm not trying to be mean. But what made me want to do this reading, honestly, I forgot what made me want to, but I do think that the direction I want this channel to go in as far as like self-development, I want this channel to align more where I am in my life, which is at that point of just strictly self-development, you know, inner peace, higher self, healing, you know, that type of thing. Like, that's where I'm at. I still want to do love readings, but I want to heal and grow, you know? And the first thing you have to do when you heal is acknowledge what it is that you're healing, right? The first part of growing is acknowledging where you need the growth. And so what better place to do that than What better place to do that than your dark side? Anyway, let's get into the groups. I feel like I'm rambling. So, we have giant objects, which is why I'm not doing a picture this time, because they're giant. But group 1 is going to be my new giant seashell. I hope you can see it clearly. Group 1. Group 2 is going to be this gold figure, this gold cherub angel figure that I have. I actually painted it myself. And then group 3 is going to be this red candle that has been lit before. Group 3 is the red candle. So, group 1, group 2, group 3. As always, there will be timestamps in the description box for each group. Take a moment to meditate on which group you belong to, and I will catch you at your reading. Hi, group 1. You have chosen this giant seashell. Okay? Whew, you are heavy. You're heavy to me. What makes you toxic? Your dark side. Group 1. There's something about heaviness coming through. Right? Heavy. Pressure. Some people feel weighed down by you for some reason, for some of you. Well, I feel like maybe for all of you, but for different reasons. There's a sense of you being this weight, maybe a burden, or making people feel burdened, or there's this pressure that you inflict maybe on others. Others maybe feel pressured by you, but we starting deep. So let's break it down. Let's get into it, because what makes group 1 toxic, Spirit? And we are going to get advice at the end. This is a restorative practice. I'm not here to break you down, okay? But what makes you toxic, group 1? I feel like only my brave folk are going to watch this video. So I want to make sure I give y'all what you need. Dr. Cupid is here. What makes group 1 toxic? What makes group 1 toxic? We have Knight of Swords here. There's an impatience coming through. Somebody's impatient. Ooh! That's too many. Ugh. What makes group 1 toxic? What makes group 1 toxic? Six of Swords. Okay. What makes group 1 toxic? Just one more card, please. Judgment. Oh, group 1. Okay. There's some impatience here. The 6 of Pentacles. I feel like I want to shuffle some more cards and then say stuff. So let me get the other cards out and then I'll talk, because what makes group 1 toxic? I do feel like, okay, this has to do with this. Okay, this does not pertain specifically to any, this doesn't pertain to any specific part of your life, right? Like, this could be money, this could be relationships, friendships, this could deal with anything. It's going to be different for everybody. But I'm seeing here with the 6 of Swords, I'm seeing group 1 that there's this part of you that's impatient, right? Okay? There's this part of you that's really impatient with the 6 of Swords. There's this part of you, you might rush through information, right? You might half read through things. You might only listen to part of it and zone out the rest. Like, it's gonna be different for everybody, but there's this part of you that it's like you don't look before you leap, right? You might think you saw, but you really were looking out the corner of your eye. You didn't really look at it, but you went for it. Okay? And it's like I'm seeing here that you might have this thing where if something doesn't work out as quickly as you thought it was going to work out, or work in the way that you thought it was supposed to work, or work in the time that you, in the time frame that you needed to, you know what I'm saying, do what you wanted to do. Like, when things aren't happening on your time, it's like you might abandon things. Like, this could be literally like relationships, right? Like, if the relationship isn't going as fast as you want, you jump ship, right? Or if the project isn't going how you want it to go, you'll, you know, completely throw out the project. You won't finish it. This Judgment here, it's like I'm getting this, it's like it's cast too early type of feeling. It's kind of abrupt. It's like completely just shutting the door, burning bridges, right? Burning bridges too quickly. With the 6 of Pentacles here, this is about reciprocity, right? You learning how to allow, you know, allow the world, right? Whatever it is, allow it to give back to you in the way that it can, okay? So, like, instead of waiting for, you know, $100, instead wait for, you know, a gift. I don't know, like in your head it looks like a certain way, and so it should be a certain way. But I'm hearing that, like, sometimes the blessings come through in ways that you wouldn't anticipate, right? That you wouldn't think. Okay, so the blessing came through. It didn't look how you thought it was gonna look, right? It didn't present how you thought it was gonna present. And so it's like, allow, you know what I'm saying? Allow your blessings to come to you as they are, okay? Because you don't really know everything, right? With the Knight of Swords, you thought you knew everything, right? You thought it was gonna, because you read kind of through it, and, you know, those things kind of sounded like this. So in your mind, that's how it's supposed to go. But if you really get deep into whatever, you know what I'm saying, you'll find that these blessings can come through in so many different ways. So I hope that makes sense. Like, I kind of feel like I'm rambling, but let's get some more cards. What is group 1? What makes group 1 toxic? Let's get deeper into it. What makes group 1 toxic? What makes group 1 toxic? Yeah, like you might cast judgment prematurely. I feel like if this has to do with relationships, it does put pressure on those people that you are in these connections with, because, you know what I'm saying, they can feel you wanting them to live up and be, you know, live up to your expectations and be what you in your mind have cast them to be. And that can be intimidating or frustrating. It can be overwhelming. For some of you, this puts pressure on yourself, right? It weighs you down because you're limited. You're limiting your perspective. And limiting your, like, your potential to be happy. You know what I'm saying? 4 of Cups. Oh, I hate that I do this. What makes group 1 toxic? Five of Cups. I'm seeing that, like, you aren't really living in the moment. The Fool. Yeah. You're not really living in the moment. We have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, right? I'm seeing here that you're rushing the process, okay? Whatever this is, like, you're rushing the process. With this 4 of Cups here, there's a stubbornness here with the 4 of Cups. It's like you're judging everything that comes your way, right? Anything that comes through, any cup that comes through, you're judging it harshly. You're like critiquing it harshly. You're wary. You could be jaded. You are very doubtful. You can be cynical. Or maybe you're just apathetic. I feel like it's going to be different for everybody, but it's like you're not really giving these blessings a chance. And then with the 5 of Cups, you're like, it's like, I'm seeing like you're focusing on the negative, right? You could be focusing on either the ways it doesn't match up to your expectations, or the ways in which, you know, whatever it could be. It's like you tend to focus too much on the negative aspects of it. Five of Cups. Yeah, and it's like you cast in judgment too early, is what I'm getting, right? You're casting judgment too early on a lot of things, and you're not allowing things to play out for you and reveal themselves to you, right? Let your blessings reveal themselves to you. You're like, it's like you're waiting around for it. And so anytime anything comes through that doesn't look like or seem like what you're waiting on, you cast it aside. With this Ace of Wands, I just heard open your mind. Use your imagination. Okay? And you're not living in the moment. That's what I was saying before. Like with this Fool card, it's like because you're waiting around for this thing to happen how you want it to happen, because you're so focused on this thing happening how you want it to happen or be how you want it to be, you're not it's like you're not really experiencing the reality of things working around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like because you're so focused on making this thing happen, you can't even see how around you miracles are happening every day. Okay? Like literally, if you just stopped focusing, like just turn off the TV, right? And I mean, maybe that's a message for somebody, but I don't mean literally TV, just like, you know how you're so focused on that thing and it's blinding and you just been staring at it for hours? It's like, turn that off and go outside, and you're gonna see that miracles are happening every day. The universe is trying to work with you. God is trying to work. Spirit was trying to work with you. However you identify, you know, a higher power, it's trying to work with you. But part of you doing your part is by living in that moment. Because if you're not living in the moment, you're not going to be able to ride the wave of the blessing. Okay? You got to be in that water. Because if you're sitting on the beach waiting for your blessing to come in, when it comes in, you won't be ready because you won't be in the water. You got to get in the water. Okay? Let's get some messages and then one card for advice. And then we'll end your reading, group 1. No frequency without motion. Bam, I just said that. You can't catch the wave if you're not in the water. Okay? Just live. Just live. Right? And frequencies, that has to do with waves. Right? If you're not moving, making moves, then you're not going to create waves. Right? Just like if you plant seeds, if you don't plant seeds, you're not going to reap a harvest. Okay? So get in the water, move around, make it shake, and make some waves. Make some messages for group 1. Messages for group 1. I just said that. You are only limited by your imagination. When you don't open your mind and allow these blessings to reveal themselves to you, you're limiting the ways they can present to you. You're limiting you're limiting yourself in general. One more message for group 1. Okay, we got bam, make a decision. Yeah, some of y'all are waiting around on something. Waiting around to do something, or waiting around for something to be ready for you to do something. And at the bottom of the deck here, we got love is a choice. You're being urged to make a decision about something. And this doesn't have to be necessarily like a love relationship type love. This could be love for yourself, right? And if you're holding back on doing something that you really want to do for yourself, or you really need, then you are in a lot of ways not you know, you're not giving yourself love, right? So make the choice to love yourself properly, which means prioritizing what you need, you know what I'm saying? And if you need, like, I don't know, that's gonna make sense for somebody, but you need to make a choice. Anyway, let's get one card of advice. One card of advice, even though I feel like this whole reading is advice. But one card of advice for group 1 from the Pear Tree Oracle deck. One card of advice for group 1. One card for group 1. word of advice for group 1. Spirit did not want to give me no card. Give me time. Give me time. Somebody is telling you to give them time. It could be spirit for some of you telling you to give them time to work things out in your favor. Right? They could be saying to not rush them, right? Like God or spirit or your angels or ancestors, like they're telling you to not rush them, to not rush this process. Or some of you, there's somebody in your life telling you to give them time. You know what I'm saying? Give me time. And yeah, I feel like your advice is basically like, allow things to reveal themselves in time. Okay? Don't jump the gun. Don't jump. I don't know if I can say that. Don't jump off the boat, okay? Because things don't look how you thought they were supposed to look, okay? Let things play out for you, because I'm feeling like for you there is a larger plan. There's a larger plan happening, okay? And so you're being asked to just not make decisions too hastily, because there are things in the background for you that are being worked out. All right? Just open your mind. Work on opening your mind and being patient with things, right? Just, yeah, be patient. All right. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, Group 1. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell. All right. Bye, Group 1. Hi, Group 2. Welcome. You have chosen this golden angel cherub little figure statue thing that I have. So we're going to sit her here. We're going to get right into your dark side. What makes you toxic, right? What makes you hard to handle, okay? Let's get into it for Group 2. I am doing a little different lighting, and this is kind of just to make things more interesting for me. So if you don't like the lighting, then don't worry about it. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Okay, Group 2. What makes Group 2 toxic? What makes Group 2 toxic? Makes Group 2 toxic. All right, we have the Star. What makes Group 2 toxic? What is this? The Seven of Pentacles. What makes Group 2 toxic? Somebody, I'm seeing here that you may have a difficulty when it comes to putting your desires into actions, right? Putting your wants into actions. Somebody could be what's it called? Somebody could be evasive, avoidant, right? Somebody could be avoidant. I'm getting that somebody here may kind of like try and put their problems in other people's hands even, because I'm focusing on like how this little cherub, how he's like praying, or his hands are here like he's praying. And then we have this this star where they're like, you know, in the image they're like looking up to the sky at the star. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here, which to me is always about kind of like waiting, right? Waiting for your seeds to grow so that you can harvest, right? And so there's this energy here around kind of like putting things in other people's hands or in the universe's hands, right? And this doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing, but this could be causing delays for you because action, right? Action might be required. Can we tell me more? What makes group 2 toxic? What makes group 2 toxic? Okay. 4 of Swords. Okay. Okay. Fear. Remember when I said you could be avoidant, right? I'm getting there's a fear here of doing anything. We have Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So you could be an earth sign, right? You could be an earth sign, but if not, I'm getting that it's more like you're a perfectionist. It's more like you overthink sometimes, right? You might be a little too quote unquote realistic. You might be a little too logical at times. And it's almost like you may convince yourself that you're better off doing nothing a lot of the times. I just heard delusional as well. So it's like, for some of you, maybe you convince yourself that it's better to not do anything when it comes to certain situations, when that's not the case, right? Some of you could be paranoid. I'm getting some paranoia here. Somebody, like, you could just be thinking the worst at times, right? You think the worst. And when I saw the Queen of Pentacles, she was upside down. And so it's like, because the Queen of Pentacles, she is abundant. And so I really feel like this is you, like, not really living with an abundance mindset, right? You are kind of coming through with this scarcity energy where it's like you're avoid putting out your energy in whatever regard that might mean, out of fear that things maybe won't work out how you want them to work out. Can I get some more information, please? Tell me why group 2 is toxic. Why is group 2 toxic? One card at a time, please. Why is group 2 toxic? We have Ten of Swords here. Why is group 2 toxic? King of Swords, but this was reversed. Interesting. Huh. And we have 4 of Coins. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Coins here. Okay, so group 2. What I'm getting here is that there's a part of you that is avoiding the hard work, right? And this does not have to be in general. This could have to do specifically like with one certain aspect of your life, right? Maybe there's a project, maybe there's a relationship, there's something coming through, and right now it's like you're not really trying to deal with your problems, okay? And I should probably put this in the reverse as well. So we have a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and a King of Swords in reverse. So that to me reaffirms what I said about not being in this abundance mindset. You're coming through with a lot of doubts, right? And doubting your abilities, doubting your ability to complete the task that you need to complete or achieve the level of success that you're trying to reach. Like I said, with this Queen of Pentacles, you could be overthinking, you could be convincing yourself that things won't go right, convincing yourself to not act, to not do anything, convincing yourself that you might lose something if you do make a move, that things aren't going to work out in your favor. You're kind of looking at you look at things like at a cup half empty kind of, viewpoint. And then this King of Swords reverse, to me, lets me know that I feel like the problem here is strategy with the King of Swords reverse, right? Because this is also indicating a refusal to act. But the King of Swords to me is about strategy to a degree, right? Being prepared to make a move. And I feel like you don't feel prepared. You don't feel like you have what it takes to strategize and make it it's like you want it to come through just because you want it, right? I'm feeling like you could be one of those people, some of you, it doesn't have to be all of you, somebody here is one of those people that likes to manifest without doing any work, right? And I'm not going to doubt that sometimes things can come through without you literally doing anything except wanting it, but not every manifestation works that way. With this Ten of Swords here, I feel like this is where the fear is, right? This fear of things ending badly, things going wrong, right? Like there's this fear that if you do make a move, you're going to have this Ten of Swords moment where things just kind of fall apart and fail. And the Four of Coins, I'm seeing this like you holding on to this bad habit of not facing your problems, right? With the Four of Swords, right? It's like holding, you hold on to this. You're a bit stubborn in that way. You'll hold on to this behavior because I feel like you could be anxious as well. Like your anxiety gets to you. You know what I'm saying? Like the anxiety, the fear, the doubt, it really does get to you. Okay? And it's causing delays, or it's going to create delays in your progress because you haven't found that point in you to cultivate action, right? Because you need both, right? You need to be able to act, and you also need to be able to sit back and let things happen for you, right? But if all you're doing is sitting back, then now at this point there's an imbalance between you and the universe, right? There's not a push and pull. There's not a give and take. You're just trying to take. And that's just not really how it works, right? It's an exchange. With this Eight of Coins here, I feel like this card right here is telling me that it really is about you putting in the work, right? Because we're here at the Seven of Pentacles. That's you right now, the Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is really about putting in the work yourself to make it happen. And I feel like this is like Spirit telling you that what you are looking for, what you are hoping for or praying for, manifesting, it's already in you, right? It's already here inside of you, but it has to come alive through what you physically put into the planet, you know what I'm saying? What you physically put into the world, you know? Through your actions. That's how your manifestations come through. Like, it's already within you. You don't need to look anywhere else or doubt that it's inside of you. Let's get some messages from Spirit for you, Group 2. Messages for Group 2 in regards to this. Messages for Group 2. What can hibernation do for you? Okay? What can hibernation do for you? I feel like this is Spirit urging you to ask yourself, how much progress have you really made by avoiding action, right? Are you slowing yourself down? Are you speeding yourself up? Have you made any progress at all? They're really asking you to just really reflect on what you've done, like what work have you done towards your goals, right? What has hibernation done for you? What have you gained from this course of action, right? And I feel like when you really begin to reflect on the reality of your present actions, right? The consequences of your present actions, that's when suddenly I just got like a stuffy nose. But yeah, like once you start to truly reflect on the actions that you take in your day-to-day life, that's when you can begin to like assess what needs to change, right? What's working and what's not working. Because oh, pardon me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like basically, if you don't reflect, you can keep doing the same thing over and over and over, something that doesn't work for you. But because you don't take the time to, you know, reevaluate, pardon me, jeez. Because you don't take the time to reevaluate, you don't give yourself the opportunity to get better at what you do. You know what I'm saying? Let's get 2 more messages from Spirit. Messages for Group 2. Messages from Group 2. Messages for Group 2. Messages for Group 2. Here we go. A clock is a tower. Okay. I feel like this is about running out of time, right? I feel like this is about being aware of how much time is passing while you're hibernating, right? What are you missing out on? What are you not taking advantage of? Because let me tell you something. A clock is a tower, right? The clock keeps going. It keeps moving. It is inevitable that time passes, okay? Time will shake you to your core. Time will give you that big fat reality check. Messages for Group 2. Messages for Group 2. One more card, please. Interesting. Damn. So we got excuses at the bottom of the deck. Spirit feels like you make excuses for why you can't, or why you won't, or why you shouldn't, right? Last message was, a great traveler is attentive to their surroundings. I feel like this is going into being strategic, right? I think this is Spirit addressing your concern, right? Because there is a fear here which causes the delays, which causes you to procrastinate or not face whatever it is, right? Be avoidant. You know, put things off, right? The answer is to strategize, learn to strategize, right? And that will help you feel more confident, right? The more you feel practiced in your ability to strategize, the more you're going to feel confident in your ability to make decisions, right? Especially big decisions or tough decisions or nuanced decisions, right? You need to really get acquainted with that strategic part of yourself. If you feel like you don't know how to strategize, start small. Download some strategy games on your phone. You know, little ones, like stuff that's not even super complicated, because the brain doesn't really need super complicated stuff like that. When you get into the habit of constantly strategizing, when the big problems come, you'll be ready. But like, you know, start small. Have a strategy game on your phone that you play every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Practice using your strategic mind, okay? Start actively, consciously strategizing, right? And what does strategy look like? That's another thing to think about, because in your mind, you might be thinking it looks and seems like one way, and that can be intimidating. You feel like that's impossible, or you feel like that doesn't fit you. But in reality, being strategic looks like so many different ways, right? Being strategic is making a list when you go to the grocery store, right? Being strategic is planning your stop for gas before you even leave the house. You know which gas station you're going to go to. You know what I'm saying? So like, start thinking about what does strategy look like to you? How do you operate strategically? You know what I'm saying? And just start like building that skill, because that's going to make you more confident when it comes time to make decisions that are a bit intimidating. Let's get one card of advice for group 2. One card of advice for group 2, Spirit. Bravery. Bam. Spirit said, get up off your ass. Get up off your ass. Get outside. Like bravery. Step outside of your comfort zone. Your advice, group 2, is literally get up, get out, do that thing you're scared of. Stop putting it off. Stop holding back. Stop being quiet. Stop going to bed early, okay? Stop hiding from your problems. Stop avoiding the hard work. Whatever it is, whatever one of those things that resonates for you, Spirit is telling you to put on your brave face and get out there and make a scene, okay? You're making excuses. Ooh, we have permission here at the bottom of the deck. I mean, not at the bottom, but right underneath it. Permission. You don't need permission. The only person who needs to give you permission is you. And right now, you're the one who's telling you no. Only you. You're telling you no. Do you? And my question is, if you're telling you no, is no the answer you really want to hear? Because if no is not the answer you want to hear, then stop telling yourself no and start telling yourself, start working with yourself on getting a yes, right? If you feel like you're not ready and that's why you keep saying no to yourself, okay, well, get yourself ready. No more excuses. Get yourself ready. Strategize. Okay? bravery. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you'd like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, Group 2. Group 3, welcome to your reading. You've chosen this red candle. We're going to go ahead and get right into it and see what makes you toxic. What makes you toxic? What makes you hard to handle? Group 3, your dark side, okay? Group 3, Spirit. What makes Group 3 toxic? Ooh, 2 cards already. I'm actually not going to take these. Okay, give me 1 second. 1 card at a time, please, Spirit. What makes Group 3 toxic? Six of Wands. Five of Cups. The Fool, and there we go, the Fool. I'm getting something about burning quickly, right? With the Six of Wands and this shorter candle, right? I'm seeing something burning quickly with this Five of Cups. With the Five of Cups and then this Fool here, there's this energy of being unreliable for some of you. And then we have Seven of Wands. What makes you toxic, Group 3? I feel like you are, and please don't take this the wrong way, okay? I'm not trying to hurt you, not trying to beat you down. This is all restorative with the purpose of healing and growth, okay? Group 3, I feel like with the Seven of Wands, you can be a bit selfish at times. Right? I'm seeing somebody, maybe you're a bit self-centered even. You could be relatively young, like you're, you know, in your 20s, you're a young adult. You could be somebody who lives a very free or casual lifestyle. I'm seeing somebody who is like a serial dater or a serial... Yeah, it's like a serial dater or somebody who just kind of moves through connections like very quickly, nothing lasting. With the Five of Cups, there's like, I'm seeing a trail of disappointed lovers behind you, right? Or a trail of disappointed partners behind you while you move on carefree, right? You just kind of like go wherever your wick, if you know what I'm saying, takes you, with like no regard for the people that you affect in the process. That's how you're coming off, Group 3. Yeah, with the Fool here, it's like it's almost like you don't think about the connections you leave behind. Once you're done with it, you're done. Once you're done with it, you don't even think about it. You are literally on to the next. You could be somebody who is in a new situation or connection very soon after one ends, right? It doesn't have to be the next day or even the next week or two, but like very soon after one situation ends, you will find yourself in another situation, right, to take its place. Like a candle, right? Because these, let me tell you something about these little candlesticks. They burn quick, right? They burn a lot quicker than a candle that's like in a jar. And it's like they're almost deceiving because they're like long, you know? But some of them can have the tendency to burn very quickly. What makes group 3 toxic? What makes group 3 toxic, Spirit? I do see a very flirty energy with the 6 of Wands too. I'm seeing somebody who, when they shine, people tend to just be drawn to you, right? Notice how there's like this halo around this person, like, you know, the light of a candle, and these sunflowers are facing the person, right? They're not facing the sun, they're going to face that person. And it's just like there's something about you very attractive, alluring. You could be charming, you could be funny, make people laugh. It could be your sense of style that makes you stand out. But either way, people get like really drawn to you, but you don't really. It's really not even just that you move quickly. It's that you're moving quickly and you don't care about these people. You don't think about these people, right? You don't think about who you affect. What makes group 3 toxic? What makes group 3 toxic? What makes group 3 toxic? Okay. 5 of coins. What makes group 3 toxic? I heard have my cake and eat it too. What makes group 3 toxic? One more card, please. Page of Swords. Yeah. 5 of Swords. So already we have 5, 5, 5 here in this group 3. Okay. We got the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. All right. What I see, first of all, with just those 3 5s is that you don't live up to the expectation from other people's perspective. But also this does reflect on you, okay? Because you don't give what you present, right? And the 6 of Wands, I feel like this is like the initial part of the cycle, right? Even though it's like this is right after the Fool, you know? But this is like, you know, but basically you're flirty, you're cute, you get this attention, people are drawn to you. But then when they come in, that's the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles. You don't live up to the expectations. You don't give to that connection. You're not present in that connection. There could be other areas of lack coming through as well, but you know, this is a general reading, so I'm not seeing that deep. But yeah, in general, I'm seeing that what you have to give, what you have to offer a connection is very, very little, right? You're not showing up in the same way that your admirers thought you would show up over here with the 6 of Wands, right? And then of course that takes us here to the 5 of Swords, where there's this conflict that ensues, this disagreement, this argument, right? This harsh communication. And then 5 of Cups, disappointment, right? A trail of disappointed lovers behind you because you didn't live up to what it is that you presented. And like I said, with the 7 of Cups, with the 7 of Cups paired with the 5 of Coins, I'm hearing, what did I say? I heard, have my cake and eat it too, right? It's like you want to have all these options. You want to you know, dip your finger in this, you want to dip your finger in that, you want to dip a toe over here and stick your tongue in that, and not really commit to any choice, right? Because, well, in this particular Seven of Cups, right, I see like someone here in the center, and then there's a circle, right? A circle of options. And I feel like it's like a merry-go-round. It's like you want to be able to have equal access to all the options at the same time, while simultaneously not having anything to, like, let's say at the Seven of Cups, these are all, you know, different desserts at the restaurant. But the Five of Pentacles is how much money you have to spend, right? It's not matching up. You want to have all of that, but you don't have enough to give to have that. And that's where all this disappointment's coming through, you know, because quite frankly, it's hurtful, which I'm getting with this cups over here. And I think these are the only cups in the your entire spread, the Five of Cups. So it's like your relationships are suffering heavily because of this non-committal, unreliable energy. I feel like this is not even just to do with romance. This is just about you in general, how you communicate with the people in your life, friends, family, right? Communication with you could be very fleeting, right? One moment somebody has a hold of you and they think that they're having a conversation with you, and then next thing you know, you just stop replying and they don't hear back from you for hours or weeks, you know, like that. It's like that type of energy is coming in. You could be moving around a lot, right? You could be someone always on the go with the Six of Wands and the Fool. You know, you're never really home, or you're never really available, right? I'm seeing somebody who is kind of a loner, like not in a sad, mopey way, but you kind of just move through life solo, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it is like you're flighty, you're in and out, you can't be relied upon. There's nothing solid to ground you in the connections that you form, right? Like these connections, they get formed, right? They've been initiated. You've started these connections, but you can't ground them. They can't really continue. They can't go anywhere because you're not really present long enough, or in a sustainable, or you're not present long enough, or you're not present in as much capacity as needed for these things to, you know, flourish, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, the Seven of Cups is the other cups in here. What else is coming through? With this Page of Swords, I really feel like this is really like you kind of taking a back seat in your connections, right? It's almost like you know, in the beginning, like I said, in the initial aspect of the connection, you know, you're there, you seem like you're going to show up in this full and reciprocal way. But then when the relationship actually like goes further than that initial meeting, it's like you leave everything up to the other person with this Page of Swords. You just sit back and see what they're going to do, right? You don't really put in the effort to be present in the connection, right? You don't put in the effort to keep it going, keep it afloat, keep it like fun. It doesn't matter what it is. Like if it's a friend, you're not going to follow up to hang out again. At least not, you know, you're not going to prioritize it. If it's a date, you're not going to hit them back up until you absolutely want to see it. You're not going to check on them. If it's friends, family, you're too busy with work, you don't feel like talking to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you are not participating with this Page of Swords. You're kind of on the sidelines of your relationships. And I feel like that's where this self-absorbed thing comes through, because I feel like you do this because you're actually, it's not that you want to be mean or you want to hurt people or whatever, but it's like with the Seven of Wands and the Fool, you're just so much more occupied with what you have going on in life, right? You're so much more focused and occupied on this lifestyle that you have that has you kind of just being free and solo and doing whatever, that you don't really think to include people in your process. And by that I mean communicate. Just communicate like a regular person. Like, if you're busy, tell people you're busy. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hang out, tell people you can't hang out. You can hit people up every now and then and just be like, hey, what you been up to? Oh, not much. Oh, okay, cool. Just checking on you. I ain't been doing nothing. All right, cool. Good to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's out here grinding. Everybody's out here working. Everybody's out here busting their ass. So there's not really an excuse for not reaching out to people that you claim to care about, right? Because literally anything can happen at any moment and you'll never be able to talk to that person again. And that's not to, like, I feel like that's for somebody to hear, but I'm just saying, like, because I can see it's not that you mean to be toxic in this way. It's just that you're so focused on you and your journey and what you got going on that it's like you kind of forget that you can be on this journey with others, right? You're not necessarily, you know, you can, you know, that's why we intersect, right? We all have our own paths, but our paths intersect. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of the relationships you form along the way. Be present in them. Don't be sitting on the sidelines and just, it's like you just let other people, you just let them decide where the relationship goes. Like, if they don't want to talk to you no more because you didn't talk to them, then that's on them. If they can't handle that you're, you know, too busy to hang out with them, then that's on them. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not really taking control. You're not really making a stance in your connections, except for yourself, right? Messages for group 3, please. Can I get some messages for group 3? Messages for group 3. Messages for group 3. Now I'm hungry. I need to eat. Manifestation is a passive act. Interesting. Messages for group 3. I feel like that's for somebody. Somebody's been trying to manifest something. Dying exists so one can be reborn. Interesting. Messages for group 3. You know what? These messages are deep. Hold on. Messages for group 3. One more. What was that? It says illusions matter. Okay. Whew. Group 3. Group 3. So first I want to start with the manifestation is a passive act. Manifestation is a passive act. I feel like this is related to this self-absorption over here, right? Where you're kind of focused on your work, your path, your growth, your life. There's something that you're working on for you, right? And it takes up a lot of your time. It takes up a lot of your energy. And I feel like Spirit is telling you that you don't have to go so hard in that arena for what you're working on to come through, okay? Like, you don't have to push. You don't have to push so hard. You can fall back a bit, right? You can give yourself that time and grace to you know, focus on your connections a little more, right? You don't have to be constantly waiting for something to come through, and you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, there needs to be a push and pull when we work with the universe, right? A give and take. So if you're constantly pushing, at a certain point you're just pushing it away. You're not really allowing it to come to you, you know what I'm saying, and reciprocate your energy. So yeah, Spirit is basically saying, like, remember that you don't have to go so hard, that you can give yourself that time to do other stuff, because pushing and pushing and pushing all the time anyway isn't going to do you any good. All right? Then we have dying exists, so one can be reborn. Okay? I feel like some other interpretations are going to come through with how you resonate with that, but I'm getting this energy. Like I said, you can lose anybody at any point. Anything can happen at any time, and I feel like this is kind of like a reminder of the cyclical nature of life, that at some point you are going to die, right? At some point you are going to die, or somebody's going to die, or even, it doesn't have to be that extreme or that permanent. You could move, somebody else could move, any change can happen, right? Any change or transformation can happen, and you won't plan for it. You won't be able to plan for it. And so I feel like this is like, take advantage of what you do have now, because I don't know, it's just like everything's cyclical. I know that it is saying, so one can be reborn. Dying exists, so one can be reborn. But I feel like this is like, you know, like there's going to be time. Like there's going to be time. There's going to be more opportunity. You don't have to shut out, you know, the present, because you feel like if you don't keep working, you're going to miss the opportunity. I hope that makes sense. Then last we have illusions matter. And I feel like, this is sweet. I feel like what's coming through for me, you have loved ones in your life who just want a little bit of effort on your part, right? And you may be busy, or you may be checked out, or you might not just be interested, but like people like your parents, grandparents, you know, siblings even, like, I'm here with the illusions matter. Like, show them a little love, show them a little attention, even if you're not all, you know, whatever at times. Like, just take the time to show them that love, because, you know what I'm saying, that's what they'll remember, right? How you treated them, the last thing you said to them, things like that. You know, illusions matter. That illusion that you guys are still close, even if you guys live, you know, thousands of miles apart. Illusions matter. Okay, so let's get one card of advice. Let me check the time. All right, one card of advice, and then we will end the reading for the night. One card of advice for group 3. Even though this whole reading is very advice-like. One card of advice for group 3. Card of advice for group 3. One card of advice for group 3. Oh, can I just get one card of advice for group 3? One card of advice for group 3. I keep dropping the whole deck. So I'm going to take that as a sign to just end the reading. Thank you so much for watching group 3. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 3.